Thank you very much for being in this small talk. Unandes, from which university you come?
I'm Frédéric Jallat. I'm a professor at ESCP Business School in our Paris campus. I'm a marketing professor, a French citizen. Nobody's perfect. And I'm teaching a class on the art of pricing and customer value management at Unandes.
My name is Bryan Boots. I am an associate teaching professor at the University of Missouri, Kansas City in the U.S. And here at Unandes, I've been teaching a class on AI and data science for entrepreneurship, new venture creation.
Hi, so my name is Christian Schott. I'm an associate professor in sustainable tourism management at Victoria University of Wellington, which by its Maori name is Te Heranga Waka in Aotearoa, New Zealand. And it's a pleasure to be here. And I'm teaching sustainable and regenerative tourism management, and I also sometimes teach sustainability in business.
Okay. My first question is related about your teaching experience here in Unandes. So what will you like to highlight from your teaching experience at Unandes? What will be that thing that you want to highlight?
So I really like my experience here. That's my first time in Colombia. I've been teaching previously in Argentina and Mexico, but I must say that Colombia is a little bit different from the two other South American countries. What I think is, first of all, the students are very positive, very friendly. They shake hands at the end of my class, which is the first time I can see that. And they are very participative, eager to be involved in the class. The difference I have here in comparison to ESCP is that I'm mainly teaching to graduate students, and a large proportion of my class are undergrads. So it changed a little bit things, especially when it comes to grading. They are very concerned with the grade they will have, with the rules of the game and everything. So that's something that is quite different as well.
Hey,
It's been a very positive experience. Overall, the students have been very engaged and very interested. And one thing I've been especially impressed by is, so in the class, the students have to think about, what innovations might we create using AI and machine learning. And almost inevitably, almost all of the solutions are based on what problems can we solve for Colombia. And that's really impressed me and something that will stick with me.
It's been a great experience. I really enjoy working with the students. And it's also, as Federico already alluded to, it's great to have this mix of students, undergraduate students, postgraduate students. I think postgraduate students more on a research path, and then alongside the MBA students that have quite a different learning experience. And really having that mix of knowledge, mix of experience, lived experiences is really enriching. And I've been very impressed with the attendance, which I know is somewhat compulsory, but it's just so nice to have everybody in the class, because when that's not a requirement, there is a lot of flexibility, and students don't all come to class. And that's been really nice, because I know everybody is there. Everybody is learning. We're all part of the same learning journey. Everybody is contributing to the class discussions. And one other point is, I think the teaching assistants are excellent, and that is a really strong part of the program.
Thank you for your answer. You know that learning is both directions. My question was, what is the most valuable lesson that you have learned from Unandes students?
Well, thanks my students. As a matter of fact, I discovered Colombia. I must admit, and I'm a little bit ashamed about it, but I didn't know a lot about Colombia. So thanks to them, I can contextualize a little bit what I say. And we exchange on differences between Europe, the United States, and South America, which I find very fruitful and very welcome as far as I'm concerned as a professor.
One thing I would say is I've learned from these students just being willing to always be interested in continuing to learn something new and put yourself in a situation that you might be uncomfortable with. So the students here, they're all taking the classes in English, which is not their first language. And in the class that I'm teaching, it's a fairly technical subject, and many of the students have little to no prior background in the technical aspects of what we're talking about. And yet they all take the class, and not only take it, but are very engaged in the class. And so they're putting themselves out there and willing to take some risks. And I think that's something that we can all try to do better ourselves.
And I think also the questions, I think both of us are getting lots of questions, and that's great. That's what we're here for, partly. So to really see that curiosity, because the questions aren't always just about the topic, it's about bigger things. And that shows that the appetite for learning and for knowledge, and that curiosity. And for me, teaching sustainable regenerative tourism exists everywhere. So it's been really interesting to learn about the Colombian experience, which can vary a lot. People talk about Cartagena and that experience, but then also some areas in the more remote parts of the country where it's done very differently and a lot more in tune with community. So talking about sustainable and regenerative tourism is always partly about identifying the challenges, but it's also been amazing to learn about some of the approaches that are being used here, and some of the quite innovative and avant-garde sort of approaches that are being used in Colombia, which I'm appreciating more and more as one of the forerunners probably in sustainable and regenerative tourism.
Okay. Let's talk a little bit about Colombia or Bogota. Was there something you discovered about Colombia or Bogota that you did not expect? Something that was amazing for you, wonderful, or something about the culture, the people?
Many things, as a matter of fact. The first thing is the friendliness of people and the diversity of people. I didn't expect so much diversity among people.